One thing that I get asked a lot is about when we're trying to work out and we're trying to put together workouts that make sense. How do we think about, who is creating workouts, who is coaching workouts, and what are athletes? And I think this is a super important question. It's super timely, especially as we think about all the people that are online that are inspiring us to pay attention to our fitness, pay attention to being mindful, paying attention to self awareness. And I think when we think about these different areas, these subject areas, right, we have to realize that they are a craft. We have to appreciate that there is bodies of research that exist, and we want to trust those that are building on that research, doing things practically, and improving their craft overall. And when it comes to coaching, right, we want to find someone who has experience, that is definitely taking classes and courses on a regular basis, right? I run a facility, and never will I ever allow a CrossFit Level 1 coach straight out of the weekend coach my classes. And you shouldn't be coached by them. And the reason is that 16 hours on a weekend does not make somebody proficient to be coaching. For anybody that coaches with me that has gone through that certification, that is maybe trying to be a coach, that's new to the field, right? They go between 3 and 6 months of deep immersion with me and going through books and videos and observations and shadowing, and this very rigorous process, right? Because it takes a careful eye in order to really connect with an athlete, to communicate with an athlete, and to really help them on their journey. Athletes who move very well and then become elite level are exceptional athletes, and they have great experience in the workouts that they're doing. That doesn't make them a great coach. That doesn't make them a great person to create workouts. It can lead to those things, but it's certainly not the qualification. And so when we think about the people that we are embracing and learning and building upon, we want to build upon those that are they're doing well in that domain, right? Obviously, there is carry over. You can think about even in the elite level of the CrossFit world. There is the who is the athlete, and then who is the coach, and there's a great husband and wife. I don't know if they're married or not. Either way, they're a couple, and the husband, is the one who writes the programming and the workouts for her, the athlete, the elite athlete. And if somebody at the highest level believes that they need a coach, not to coach themselves, we at any level should take that as a hint. And that's the advantage to what we have to this world. The internet unlocks us access to so many people. And so when we think about somebody who puts a workout together, these workouts need to make us better. They need to draw on the science. They need to draw on what makes sense for us as individuals, and it needs to carry over to make us fitter, right? It shouldn't break us. Anybody can create and pull together movements that hurt us, that are just exhausting, that are aerobically intense. But that's how we get hurt over time, either on a short period of time or a long period of time, when we just do workouts because we're trying to defeat our athletes. We're trying to beat them. We're trying to force them into the psychological cave. We're trying to do these different things. And to be honest, that's not right. That's not how we should be putting workouts together. That's not what we should be thinking about, right? So when we put programming together, when we do the workouts for the week, for the month, for the year, right? I have to be brave to put together workouts that I know will lead to your success and happiness as an athlete. And some days you won't enjoy it. Some days they're not your favorite movements. Some days they are literally rest days. But having that person put us through these proper cycles that respects the body, respects the environment that we're in at the moment, that takes into consideration the weather, life cycles, life events, but also just bringing together correct progressive workouts that help us, not just making everything harder, but going through that journey. That's what you want in someone who's writing your workouts. If you're traveling and you're a professional, you want workouts that you know are going to deliver results, right? You're not paying anybody to not get results. You're paying somebody to, number one, make you beautiful, make you strong, make you sexy, make you fast, make you less fat on your body, have more energy, smarter on the brain, more proficient and effective at your job. That's why we work out. We work out for these benefits. We work out because we see our grandparents that are maybe have been fit all their lives and doing healthy things, climbing mountains at their 60s and 70s and 80s. And we want to be that person. We see our peers that don't work out at all having trouble picking up their kids, not playing with their kids, not able to help on regular things that we're perfectly capable human beings if we just put the time in. And we know that by doing the workouts, much like our job, much like our career, much like our happiness, it takes attention, it takes focus. And so when we apply ourselves, we want to make sure that we are, one, in a workout world, doing fitness that helps us achieve the benefits of the health that we are seeking. Two, we want to do it safely in a manner that is progressive. Three, we want to build on success, right? Like, why are we reinventing this stuff? We should build on what we know works. When we think about mindset, right? We can learn lessons from those that have been through tough trials. We can learn lessons from those that have seen success. But we need to see those habits, and then we need to pull from them and adopt them as our own. And one thing I want to really drive home is when it becomes more subjective, right? Are you happy now? Or were you happier yesterday? It's a bit subjective. When we think about these things, we have to also know that we should experiment. We should try things. And when we try things, we find what works for us. And just like the gurus that we follow, that we think about on mindset, on happiness, on good relationships, we are all unique. And when it comes to that soft matter, we should play around. We should experiment. And that does apply in fitness. That applies in fitness where we need to find what workouts meet our needs. And you can do that. You have the means. We have the facilities. And I just want to say, when we think about who you're partnering with, think about what they're doing, when they're doing it for you, and are writing workouts, when we think about workouts, are they writing them for you, or are they writing them from themselves to see you do them? That's a pretty big importance, right? Are we doing elite level weightlifting or CrossFit or whatever? Or are we doing what's appropriate for us and our ambitions and our body type? Think about this, apply it to your life, apply it to the things that you're pursuing, and I promise you, you'll be happier and healthier for your whole life. It's my wish for you. Love you very much.